Because
And-
how do you, like, if someone says I'm not the authority, I can't know enough to be the authority in this particular point. Okay, so what I do is I defer to the authority.
Right.
But the question is, how do you know that they're the authority? There's two different ones, and they both like, no, I'm the authority, no, I'm the authority. How do you evaluate which one is the correct one?
Yeah.
Because you're saying you don't know, that's why you're not the authority. So then you go, well, I'm choosing this one because the system says this and they graduated here and they have this certificate. I'm like, but that's still you accepting that those are the valid criteria that make them authority. So even though you're not being the authority from your perspective, you are still the authority. You can't escape that. And that's why ultimately I see the problem of God. That's why I wrote about in that post is like,
Yeah.
you're acting like, it's like the whole thing about morality. It's like, well, if there isn't a God, then there's no objective source of morality. It's like, but you still filter everything you think God says is right or wrong through your own decision-making process. Because if I said, well, God says, kill everybody, you'll be like, well, God wouldn't do that. Like, you're not God. You're not God. So how do you know? Like, how do you know? Well, God is loving. You don't fucking know that.
Dude, it's
Well, God said to us in the book. I'm like, how do you know that's the book from God? Well, I feel it. So you are the authority. You're deciding based on it feels right to me. And it's just a whole process of self-dishonesty, really.